We continue to see very robust demand for our services. Our understanding is that the industry is not yet in full recovery vis-a-vis pre-COVID capacity, but Wizz Air is flying 60% more seats than prior to the COVID time. So I think we are doing very well. I mean, you can see the results. I mean, everything is rising, and we don't see any breakdown coming. So we feel very confident in customer confidence and in the whole demand sentiments of the market.
It's really interesting to hear you say you don't anticipate any weakening coming, because we've heard from some of your peers, Ryanair notably within the last month, saying that they are going to have to adjust pricing to try to stimulate demand because they do see a weakening in the consumer coming. You're not seeing any signs of that?
Well, I mean, we are not, first of all. And secondly, given that our costs have started coming down, I think this is the best way of mitigating any risk in the market, to be honest, because for so long as you are providing the lowest fares to consumers, you continue to stimulate the market and you offset some of the issues that might be coming.
So you don't anticipate having to adjust fares down in the coming months?
Well, we would like to, as a matter of fact, as we are taking costs out of the system, our objective is to flow that through into pricing and actually incent the market to fly more through lower fares.
I'm looking at your load factor, your capacity for this quarter. It's come in at 91.2 versus 84.7 in the same period last year. And analysts at Morgan Stanley were expecting a number of 84%. How sustainable is this capacity number?
We think it's very sustainable. I mean, we have been
so the run rate would be 90 plus for the rest of the year?
We're going to be 90 plus. I mean, if you look at our historical performance, I mean, we were steadily on 93, 95%. And we are now back into the game with that regard, and we'll continue to hold at that level. As said, we are seeing very strong demand, and let's not forget that we are a lot more diversified business today than before. We have significant presence built over the years in Western Europe. We continue to focus, of course, on Central and Eastern Europe. That is home run for the airline. And in the meantime, we also invested in the Middle East with the airline in Abu Dhabi.
So if you're so positive about your growth outlook, why is it that you haven't upped your guidance? You're maintaining your FY24 net profit forecast in the range of 350 to 450 million euros.
We have a significant variable component that is now creeping into the business, and this is around the engines. You probably have heard that Pratt & Whitney, our engine manufacturer, made an announcement of recalling a number of engines for inspections. We are actually putting ourselves through that process to fully understand what it really means to us. So there is some risk inherent in that process that we may have to cut capacity and we might not be able to take full advantage of the situation. That's why we stay fairly cautious on guidance in the coming period.
We had Christian Malik from JP Morgan yesterday on the show, and he's talking about $160 per barrel on oil, right, over the next 12 months. And already at 85.90, given that 40% of your cost base is oil management, is oil costs, how are you looking at managing that's variable for your overall operating performance?
Well, first of all, around 60% of our consumption requirement is hedged. So I don't think we are that much down to the spot price of oil coming in the coming period. Obviously, this is a fairly short-term protection of the business, let's say 12 months. But when bankers predict high oil price, usually that goes the other way around. So if you look at the history of oil pricing, I mean, I wouldn't lean too much on these speculations and predictions. We shall see what it is. But at the end of the day, as a low-cost airline, we just need to make sure that we are delivering this business at the lowest possible cost and pass that advantage over to the consumers. So as people can fly cheap at low cost, we will continue to stimulate demand.